I was thinking, here's the long goodbye is finally upon us, and I don't know for you guys whether there's a moment that you had a good weep about this. I know Daniel, Emma, and Rupert on the last day of shooting, on I think it was 25th of June 2010, but they had a good weep. I don't know whether you guys were manly enough to.
No, we're too manly for that. we were all right, see you later kind of thing. And just went. No, we were. It was sad. I mean, like we knew it was our last day, but it's kind of when you've been somewhere for 10 years, it's hard to accept you're never going to go back to doing that again, kind of thing. So I guess for us it'll be over when part 2 comes out next year. Just because we're not filming at Leavesden doesn't mean we're done with Potter, because we've still got voiceover work to do, and there may be pickups to do. So it's not completely over for us yet.
Well, there is that sense, I guess, now, as you say, 10 years, it's like a surrogate family, especially during those years that they're very kind of formative years, so it's quite a strong bond. I'm sure that would be difficult to sort of walk away from, but I'm also thinking there must be a schools out feeling as well, that finally after all these years we can actually just do anything we want next year and the year after and the year after that.
Yeah, kind of. It's quite strange, because you could say, we always said that the Potter safety net has been taken from beneath us now, so we've got to try and make our own way. But it is quite different. I think the first thing we did within a week of finishing was getting our hair done. Well, James certainly got his hair.
That's the first thing I did as soon as we did, yeah.
But I think we'll probably be going, I don't know, do a bit of skydiving now.
Well,
because we can do now.
Well, I'm just thinking too. Do you think you'll ever reach a point, maybe in the immediate aftermath, the years just after it's over and you're moving on with your life, where you'll, I don't know if you'll ever get to that point where you think, if one more person mentions Harry Potter to me or Fred and George, I'm going to kick him in the nuts. I don't know if there'll be a time when you just think, I need to not even think about Potter for a while, because it's such a big part of my life. But it's now I'm somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I think you'd be very sad to do that, because it's given us so much. So it can't be sad if people who have done something like Potter or something like it and kind of resent doing it, because it's doing these things for 10 years, which have it's brought us such a great life. So I can't knock it, and I'll always look back at it on good times. So apart from having my roots touched up every so often, guys don't really get that when you're 18, 19. You explain it, can't play football, so I've got to get my roots touched up. It's a bit different.
Well, I know for Lord of the Rings guys, they went and had their tattoo with the Elvish 9 to sort of mark the occasion that they spent so much time together, and you spent 3 times as much time together. And Tom mentioned that he did try to suggest that everyone gets a tattoo of some sort to mark the occasion, but everybody just wasn't up for it. Was there a sort of a sense that we should do something, or I don't know whether it's just a case of, well, we'll just keep in touch, that'll be our...
I think it's more so we'll just keep in touch with each other than getting a tattoo, because I don't know.
I think something like that, everyone needs to be on board, or no one can do it really. Otherwise,
are you guys too chicken for tattoos?
He never asked us,
Oh, okay.
I think he just kept it amongst the Slytherin lot.
Right, typical.
And no one really wants
typical
a big
Draco.
And for that, I would say I want a huge thing down there. Let him go first. And say, actually, I'm not feeling it. I make it.
Well, that notion too, that I don't know whether you'd have an abiding memory of all this 10-year experience. I know at one point you switched roles. You decided to see if anyone would notice that you were playing each other's parts, and I think they had to reshoot because somebody did notice.
No, that was only.
Is that only a rumour?
That's the rumour which is coming from. Yeah. We literally had a rehearsal during a Great Hall scene, which is and it was 400 people were in this shot, and we were at the far end, so maybe on a 1,000-inch screen you could probably see us. So for the rehearsal we switched sides, and then we switched back for the actual take, simply because we would have to have it reshot, and probably would have been hung by the crew for having to work an extra hour or something else.
Yeah, or even worse, a Saturday.
Yeah. The coming outside Potterland, then I know you did an episode of Kingdom last year. I don't know if there's a sense now that we're going to have to put ourselves out there as actors, or whether I don't know whether you feel you just need a break from the whole game.
Bit of both, really. I think. I mean, we've done. They say the Kingdom thing was really fun to do, and working with someone like Stephen Fry is another legend of British TV and film. So that's pretty cool. So I mean, we like to do a bit of travelling as well, and just completely let loose and kind of just get away from everything which publicity wise and Potter wise. And then doing different things as well. So a bit of normality, I guess.
There's 2 sets of twins in my family, sort of and nephews and stuff like that, and there's always a good twin and an evil twin. Have you guys worked out which one is which, or do you swap around?
Well, I'm think I'm the good one. if we had to choose.
So that would make you the
bad guys had more fun, so yeah.
Very true. And that notion too that naturally this is a double act of sorts. I don't know whether there's a kind of feeling, well, this obviously is a great strength to have, that, or whether you'd always feel, well, no, of course, if you get a gig that you want to do and I'll be over here, I'll do this gig. I don't know if there's a sense that you'd like to work together a lot, or happy to.
We're kind of like what would you say?
Really, isn't it? We're happy to work together because people we've spoken to would quite like to see us do stuff together again. But at the same time, if we were to go for different parts, there was only one part wanted, we'd probably either play a game of golf for it or just have a proper mature discussion about, well, yeah, I think you could do it better than me, or that type of thing.
I read to Oliver, you're 13 minutes older. I don't know whether that makes you always the kind of 13 minutes wiser guy who always makes the right decisions.
Yeah, 13 minutes smarter, I think would be.
That's right. Yeah. But I did read that the fact that amongst your favourite bands, and maybe again being IMDb, this could be wrong, Creed and Bon Jovi. Are you guys partially deaf, or is there, do you have some condition?
I saw Bon Jovi 2 weeks ago, and they were wicked live.
Okay, but, go wait in the van.
I'm going to see that. But then we're also big fans of like Metallica and Pantera.
Yeah, actually, when we were in Madrid, they said to us, "Oh, we don't actually have a party for you tonight." When we went to the premiere there, we don't have anything to do tonight. So that's all right. She said, but we've got some tickets to Metallica if you're up for it. Like, yeah. So we were there getting changed out the back of the cinema where we just done the premiere, getting changed like t-shirts and everything. So.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
I'm giving them the friendly finger. Very nice to talk to you guys.
Yeah. You too.